today, oh my gosh, can I just be honest? I almost passed out on the gym floor today. It was one of those. I don't know if you guys ever have those, like sometimes your body's just like, no, not today, not today. That was me today. So we're a little off this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Had a Gatorade, up to the electrolytes. I had a bagel, which I don't usually have, but I didn't care. And here we are. This one's gonna be all about money. This one is about not just your relationship to money, but our biggest enemy when it comes to making money. So, as you guys know, I'm always learning, right? I'm always studying for you because I always want to make sure I'm saying hi and like in a good way, right? Like I'm saying hi and checking in on what's going on for you guys. I'm not just like willy-nilly, hi, how are you? Like not that, but like a really deep like, hey, what's going on for you kind of hi, right? And in order to do that well, I have to keep learning. And these last, I would say 3 weeks, as you guys have probably noticed in Coffee with Coach, I've been really focused on money and like your relationship to money and what's going on for you guys with money. What we believe about money just consistently shows up. And it is a relationship I don't think we talk about enough. And in full disclosure, I'm super excited because over the last 5 days, totally out of the blue, you know how this happens. You guys in your own business, you get really inspired about something. I've started a new course on how to redesign your relationship to money. And it's gonna be 5 modules long. We already have it all outlined. Like it just sort of like came from all of the study I've been doing, plus the feedback you guys have been giving me in Coffee with Coach about your relationship to money and how crazy it is for you guys at times and how nerve-wracking it can be, right? It's just like, oh my gosh. So I don't want it to be like that for you anymore. So we're gonna have some really powerful exercises in that course. I'm really excited to deliver it to you guys. And all that being said, let's talk about it today, right now. I would like for you to think about it this way, okay? Now, I probably am not the first person, I don't know, maybe I am the first person to introduce how you spend money like this. So what I'd like for you to do, you don't have to do it right this second, but I want you to think about that this week. Come on, we have 2 live coffees with Coach left. So this week, I want you to do me a favor. Can you look at your last credit card statement? What? Yeah, just look at your last credit card statement. And I want you to categorize your purchases into a couple of different areas, okay? So this is the part you can write down. Category number 1 will be immediate gratification. Okay, these are the fun ones. This is probably where maybe you picked up an extra bottle of wine, right? Or maybe you went out to eat maybe more times than you meant to, but it was really yummy. Or maybe you, I don't know, bought a really expensive lamp that you're not even sure where you're gonna put. Maybe you threw a huge party and nobody came or everybody came. And now you're still not sure what happened. And now you're all nervous because some people had masks, some people didn't. I don't know, I'm totally making that up. Right, so that's category A, is like immediate gratification. Like so much fun, so happy, the money spent, gone, okay? But in that moment, it was lovely. All right, now, the second category of spending is uber responsible. Okay, for some people, I hope you didn't put your taxes on your credit card, but for some people, that's like paying your tax bill, paying your mortgage, or maybe you had to get your car serviced, or gas, or an oil change, or maybe you needed new tires, maybe you got something done for your house that adds value to your house, right, to the long-term goal, right? So this is like investment spending, things that will end up contributing to you maybe at a later date. Not necessarily fun in the moment, but responsible, okay? And then category C, and as a coach, this is a little self-serving, I have to say that up front, but category C is investment in yourself. Did you take a class? Did you hire a coach? Did you get a personal trainer? Did you take on nutrition? Did you decide to learn how to knit, and that's something you've always wanted to do? This is the category of self-investment. All right, so the 3 categories of spending, you guys, number 1, right, is immediate gratification, super fun, and then it's gone. Number B, I love to do that to you guys, and then for pie. No, all right, number 2, right, is category 2 is that you invested long-term. right? Something that may not have been super fun, but you knew long-term it was the right thing to do. And for those of you checking credit card statements, you also could maybe check your bank statement and see if you move money into a 401k, or if you're like me, you have your IRA, those things that you invest in long-term, the kids' college funds, all those sorts of things. And then C is investment in you. Or pie, or number 3, I forget. But the third one is investment in you. Okay, so really looking at, did you develop you? And here's why I want you guys to look at this. None of these are wrong. And that's part of this BS conversation around money we really need to remove from our consciousness, right? None of these are wrong. But only one of them is yours to keep. I'll say that again. None of these is wrong. Not one of these do I go, oh, well, you're an idiot. Like, no, none of these is wrong. And please don't say that to yourself either. But it will tell you what your values are, right? I always say that to people, like, tell me what your values are. They say, I don't know. I'm like, show me your last credit card statement. I'll tell you what your values are, right? You can see real fast what's important to you. But when you look at where you decide to move this massive energy that we call money, where did you decide to move that to? That'll tell us so much about your values, right? So don't look at it as a judgment. Look at it as an exploration, because even that way, for free, you're investing in you. Got that? That's pretty cool, right? Oh, surprise, you didn't even have to spend money. So nice, right? So look at that and go, oh my gosh, these are my values. But like I said before, none of these is wrong, but only one of them is yours to keep forever. And that idea comes from Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, right? Where he talks about you kind of can only control your attitude throughout life. And the other piece of that is your education can never be taken from you either. While you're alive and you have your faculties, that can't be taken. And here's the thing. So if you were to look at all the different ways that you spend money in these 3 different scenarios, even in the second one where you're being uber responsible, right? Or in the first one, you have a little bit in the bank, but you're just spending, it's totally fine, right? Looking at that in any of those, even in C, you're spending, or 3, or pie, you're spending, right? It's out there, spending, but you keep something on that one. Now, you could say you keep your possessions too, but possessions get lost. Pretty crazy, right? It's kind of a cool thing to think about. Like, wow, wait a minute. Like Viktor Frankl said, this is something that can never be taken from me. And so if tomorrow, which we know can happen, right? And I don't mean this in a scary way, but like, let's say tomorrow the stock market tanks, everything's gone. The education that you've invested in yourself, the health that you've invested in yourself, that's not gone. Everything else can get zeroed out, but that's still there. It's kind of cool, right? So I would say maybe kind of look at this and see how could you move a few more things maybe from category 1 to category C. Maybe instead of buying, a pair of earrings, you take salsa lessons because you've always wanted to. Or maybe instead of buying new shoes, you're like, actually, you know what? I've really always wanted to take a pottery class. One is yours to keep forever. One lasts as long as it lasts. Do you see what I'm saying? Neither is good or bad. I just want you to be aware of how you're using this most powerful tool that we have been gifted. Make sense? The other cool thing is, over time, if you continue to invest in you, what do you think happens to the amount of money you're able to make? And for most of us, if you actually invest in yourself and then you start making more money, the amount of money you can make by investing in yourself might actually be probably a lot, pretty much certain, more than if you were to invest it financially. And I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying just look at it, right? Just look at all the different ways that you can use this. What feels right to you? What is not built-in scarcity, right? If you're a huge investor and that makes you really happy and you love it, that's awesome. And then I say, hey, spend a little bit on you and you freak out. I'm going to go, whoa, what just happened? Where's the scarcity there that you would freak out over that versus, oh, I don't know. Oh, I really love keeping it here. This makes me really happy. And I do have enough for a pottery class too. Do you see the difference? Like, it's just sort of like being open and not being freaking out. And the cool part is, the really, really cool part, you guys, is if you just freaked out, like if you had that moment of like, just look at that and go, oh my God, that's where my stuff is. That's so cool. You just had a massive opportunity to open up your money story and change it. So don't even be afraid of your own freak out. Go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I finally know where my freak out is. All this time I'm so uber responsible and I only buy bread if it's on sale and all the stuff you do, right? And then I say, hey, could you move a little bit for you? And you go, no. That's amazing. Look at that and go, whoa, where's the scarcity around me? Hang on a second. And you don't necessarily have to change anything in this exact moment. But notice where you freaked out. What just happened to you? And what story is running that show? Because chances are it's not your highest self, right? Chances are it's like I'm 5 and mom and dad are fighting about money because they didn't put any away, so I'm never letting that happen to me. Chances are that 5-year-old is running your money show. I don't know about you, but I don't want my money in the hands of 5-year-olds. They're very cute and I love them very much, but I don't want to give them all my dollars. Except that most of us are walking around giving all our dollars to 5-year-olds. The one that's in here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That went in, didn't it? Yeah, I heard that click. That was like an audible click out there. I heard somebody go, oh, I got it. And that's what we want. You guys, it's like we blame the scissors, right? Because sometimes I'm able to cut this way, but then when I give it to someone else, it cuts another way. Or they could be used to stab somebody, right? Or they could be used to make beautiful art. Or they could be used to create a collage, my own money collage, which is really beneficial. Do you see that? This is a tool. And it's who holds it and what they do with it that matters. But isn't it funny? I don't have a story about scissors. I hate you, scissors. You're the root of all evil, scissors. Because some people might use the scissors to do bad things. Right? Do we hate the scissors? No, but isn't it funny that there might be some people out there doing bad things with money and we make that money's fault? Isn't that interesting? I find that fascinating. We don't have that, say, about hammers. We don't have that about pens. People can do extraordinary things with pens. And people can do really bad things with pens. Right? Do we hate pens? Do we think pens are the root of all evil? Only nasty, gross people have pens. No. But for some reason, we've chosen to do that about money. And you've probably heard that money's just a tool before. But have you ever thought about it like that? Do you go around hating cars because sometimes people get drunk behind the wheel and kill people? No, you don't hate cars. We deal with the person who's mismanaging the cars, right? Yeah. But with money, we tend not to do that. And I really want to help you undo that. So love your freak out. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't try to hide it from yourself. Obviously, you don't even have to tell us about it. You just can go, oh my gosh, that's where my freak out is. What's the story about that? Where's the scarcity? Where's the fear? Where's the fire? What is this urgency I feel to save every single penny I make? Or what's this urgency I feel to spend money as fast as I make it? What is this urgency I feel to hate rich people? And just sort of think about just like, wow, this is amazing. And I'll tell you guys, of all the tool references that I think of for money, I always call it a magnifying glass. You've probably heard me say that before. Like if you're a jackwagon, money just allows you to be a bigger jackwagon. And if you're incredible and extraordinary, more money allows you to be even more extraordinary. But at the end of the day, you guys, don't hate the scissors. Don't hate the money. If you are struggling right now, let's say with cash flow, or let's say you're not, there's like a lot of people have a debt thermostat or a revenue thermostat, right? Where it's like at a certain point and it's like, it's like the thermostat in your house, right? I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago where it's like, if your thermostat is set, we like it hot around here, 78, and outside it's 80, the thermostat's gonna kick in and bring it down to 78. If it's cold, it's gonna kick in, right? Your money thermostats around both debt and revenue are probably set at something. And I would bet $2.50 right this minute that you know what that number is. Like you just heard it. You're like, oh, mine's 8. Oh, mine's 15. Mine's 32. Like you're going to know what it is. If you think about it, you have a debt one, You have one like you have a tolerance for a certain amount of debt, and then you have a tolerance for a certain amount of revenue. You might also have a number around, your retirement savings. Like a lot of people, they'll work. As soon as it hits like $250,000, they spend some of it. It's like this crazy phenomenon. It's because you have a thermostat. You're like, too much money in the bank. I gotta spend it. Right? So just notice those. Again, no blame, no judgment here. Just notice, oh my God, well, that thermostat is this thermostat is this, and this thermostat is this. Okay, got it. All right, so let's say you now know what your money thermostat is in all these different areas. You have a retirement one, you have a revenue one in your business, you have a debt in your mind about what's okay to have debt, where it's not, whatever. For some people, by the way, just think about this a little bit differently. Some people it's a car payment, some people it's their mortgage, some people it's a credit card debt. Like whatever it is for you, you probably have that number and you know what it is. So now that you kind of have this thermostat, if it's not working for you, said thermostat number, right? And you really want to change it, your biggest enemy in altering that thermostat number is hesitation. What? Yes, I'm going to say it again. I might even name this Coffee with Coach this title. Hesitancy is your number one enemy to changing your money story. And your money experience, like your experience of having that money move through your business, move through your hands, move through your family, move through your community, the way that it flows through all the different things that you do, it will alter that experience because hesitancy is usually a lie. And hesitancy comes in when you know the best next step and you blame it on money. I can't do it because. Now remember, when we talked about money, I think it was 3 weeks ago, Coffee with Coach, you guys, I said, listen, you're always going to know. You are always going to know whether or not the next step financially is good for you or not. You're always going to know. And it's usually that first gut instinct, and then you freak out. You know what I'm talking about? I remember I said to you guys, like, let's say, taking that credit card that has 0 interest for 6 months and putting something on it that you're going to pay off in time, that's a smart investment because that's free money, right? Like that's smart. But you have to know that that's right for you. And there's a difference between, I want to go do this. Everyone else is doing this, or this is the next best thing. Like that's sort of a pull, and that tends to be here in the shame center where it's like, gotta do it, right? So there's a difference between that and, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm totally going to nail this. I know I can do this. And you know the difference. It can be like a little bit wonky sometimes to find it if you have ignored your own instincts for a long time. But like any muscle, the more you exercise it, the stronger it will get. And hesitancy will be your enemy when it comes to this, right? Because let's say, I want to use it this way first. Let's say everybody is going on a vacation, or everybody is hiring the next coach, right? Like I'm thinking of some of those massive coaching programs everyone in their left kidney signed up for last year, right? And now we all see the exact same things being produced out there, right? You know what I'm talking about? There were so many people who purchased that or who go on vacations that they can't afford. Now, I don't like the word can't afford. If you really want to go do it, right? But let's say it's not the right thing for you to do. Different, right? Not like this is the dream vacation I've wanted my entire life and I'm going because I'm not missing out on this experience and I know I'm going to earn the money. Not that. I don't even really want to go. I got to go. I don't want them to think I don't have money. I mean, oh my God, like how embarrassing would that be? But I don't even really want to go there. I don't really care, but I have to go because I told them I was going to go. So I got that. So instead of saying no, which is the immediate, intuitive, instinctive reaction, you hesitate. And you start to think, it's fine. Hesitation is your enemy when it comes to changing your money story. Let's flip it the other way. And let's say it is your dream vacation. And this massive opportunity has come up. And not only is it your dream vacation in Hawaii, but it's also a coaching experience, let's say, right? To help you grow your business on top of this. And you're going to be freaking Hawaii. You're like, oh my God. And it's $15,000. You're totally freaking out. You're like, oh my, I can't wait. And then you hesitate. I really shouldn't. I don't know who the hell I think I am. This is crazy. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I have a dream vacation in Hawaii. People are starving, right? And you start going, hesitancy is the number, sorry that there's so much noise in here today, but hesitancy is your number one enemy when it comes to changing your money story. And I will hope that after our 15 months of live coffees with Coach, you guys have at least taken self-trust in all of these conversations, you guys, all of them. At the heart of every single one has been what? Learn to listen to you. Because I can give you guys all the tips. I can talk about spending money willy-nilly in the moment. I can talk about being responsible with money and saving it all for a rainy day. And I can talk about only investing in yourself. Don't spend money in anywhere else, right? I could tell you all those things. And none of it's going to matter if you don't instill your own intuition, your own instincts, your own heart into it. You have all the tools. Now, it doesn't mean that people like me, coaches, right? And you guys know I always have a coach too, right? It's not like we can't come in and help sweep the path in front of you so you can walk forward faster. Oh my gosh, of course. But even inside of that process, before you hire a coach, before you take the next class, before you decide to invest in a vacation, before you decide to invest in your own health, anything else that you're taking on, would you please listen to you first? If that coaching program feels icky, don't buy it. If that trainer is like too bruh for you, don't work with him. If the diet seems stupid, don't do it. Listen to you. If the latest marketing gimmick makes you want to vomit, don't use it. Trust yourself. Now, in no way am I saying don't be uncomfortable. As I started out this coffee with Coach, those of you that missed, I literally almost passed out during my workout today. I'm cool being uncomfortable. Don't worry, I didn't. We took care of it. But I'm cool with being uncomfortable. And what I'm going to challenge you with is, are you? And for some of you, being uncomfortable right now means listening to your intuition and not hesitating. It means calling the next person going, shit, I've wanted to work with you for 5 years. Let's go. I'm going to find it. I'm going to make it happen. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Hi, Disney. That's me. Hi, we're booking it now. We're coming in 5 weeks. This is what we're doing. I want the best of the best. Like, what are you waiting for? I mean, really, never be irresponsible. Don't be stupid, but, and I mean that with all the love in my heart, but like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The only thing that can't be taken from you are these experiences you have, the growth you experience, your education, and your attitude. That's it, you guys. All this could get burned down in a fire tomorrow. Right? I mean, what are we doing? Start living and allow the tools around you to support that. Right? And see what stories have been handed down to you generation after generation after generation, right? We know that about trauma, that can happen. We see it in animals, right? If the parents of the dog or the cat are super anxious, the child is. But you can see this happen. So you might have these stories that other people thought the scissors were really bad because, yeah, the mean husband stabbed his wife with those. Scissors are the root of all evil. You could have picked up that story about money. And now you get to decide whether or not you want to keep it. And now's the time, because I don't know what you're waiting for. And the world really needs you to start making more money. Your challenge this week is to look at your own credit card statement from last month. Just look. And you guys, I do this too, by the way. I'm not like, I'm so special. No, I do this with you always. You guys know if I'm telling you to do something, I'm probably doing it too, okay? You got to know I'm always with you every time we do stuff like this. Go look at your last credit card statement and tell me what your values are. Do you value looking good for other people? Shoes, bags, clothes, hair and makeup, right? Like, look at that. And again, no judgment. That's a value. I mean, guys, I got a new shirt. It's a little brighter than I thought, but I always want to look nice for you guys, right? I'm okay with that. That's a spend I'll do. Sure. Right? Totally. I have my trainer. I have my health. I have my classes, my cooking classes, right? I am going to pick up ballroom dancing. It's something I've wanted to do forever. I'm totally doing it now that I'm vaccinated, right? So all these things coming out that you might want to be, so look at that. And then you're going to look at, those are all your, your first categories of instant gratification. Your B's are you saving too much or are you not saving enough? Look at that. Trust your gut. And if you truly don't know kind of where that balance is, find a financial planner that you like. And again, use your instincts on that person. Not the right one for me. You don't have to hire the first person you talk to. All right. And then category C, what do you need to invest in for you? Do you want to take a painting class? You want to learn how to really use a camera? Do you want to understand how to, I don't know, give yourself highlights in your hair? I don't know. What do you want to learn? And start to move that around and show yourself what you're actually doing and stop pretending that's not what's happening. And you guys, these money stories, like anytime you find yourself getting worked up about money, please picture me picking these up and go, oh my gosh, I'm yelling at the scissors again. This is amazing, right? Like I said, we are working hard on this money course for you guys because I think it's really important. And the more I'm learning about it and the more I'm watching how you guys are responding to Coffee with Coach and also my one-on-one clients and my students, how people are responding to these conversations is blowing my mind a little bit. So we are working hard to crank that thing out for you guys because I would love for over the summer for you guys to start to take on your money stories. I think it's really, really important, especially for women right now. All right, so that's my challenge to you.